I don't know what Facebook did, but maybe I brought up some things that triggered Facebook to delete the message or my training that I provided. So today I'm going to share the same message, but download the video and make sure that I can repost it if that happens. So if you're watching me live right now, I would love to hear who's on. So go ahead and comment and let me know that you're here. Yay! Put like a smiley face or a hello. So I know that you can hear me, that you can see me, that you can see the poll, and I'm just not talking to myself. So let me know that you can hear me and see me. But here are some questions, right? How many of you are sick and tired of not knowing what your worth is? How many of you have gone to a job interview or received a call from a recruiter and they're like, okay, Mr. So-and-so or Mrs. So-and-so, here's the position and we're currently paying $80,000 a year for it. What would you like to earn, right? Or is that okay with you? And that's a moment where we all really get a little bit nervous. We're like, uh-oh, there's a salary question. I have no idea. I really want this job. What if I say more than what they're asking for and then I don't get the job? But what if I say less than what, what they're asking for? Am I going to increase my chances of getting the job, right? And so how many of you have gone through that? How many of you watching right now want to know the secret of really determining what your worth is, so you're confidently speaking about and really giving the recruiter or the company the number that is the number that they're looking for, the salary amount that they're looking for. I currently have a poll, right? And I really want to know, are you happy with the salary you currently make? Yes, no, or I under-negotiated myself, right? How many of you have under-negotiated themselves? If you have under-negotiated yourself, put a yes or maybe a sad face. We have all been there, and that's the purpose behind this training today, is to really help you understand of how to understand your worth. So are you ready? Put like a party hat or something. Are you ready for me to share the secrets that no one else wants to share with you? But first, before I get into that, I want to tell you who I am. My name is Majuba, or call me MJ Bianchi. I'm the CEO and a CEO of 3T Institute and a career coach. What I do is really help remove obstacles, build confidence, upskill and individuals in IT and project management so that they can earn 20 to 30% more a year and get into a new job within 2 months. Guaranteed. Isn't that crazy? That's how amazing the system that I have created, that's how amazing it is, and it works. There are individuals in my program who have seen benefits within a month. So the coaching works because I focus on 3 things. I focus on the technical skills that you need so that we fill the gaps. I focus on your soft skills, right? The ability to communicate, the ability to build relationships, the ability to network even if you're an introvert, the ability to be a leader even if you say I'm not a people's person, right? How do we do that? The third aspect of what I work on is a mindset. If you don't have the confidence to talk about the technical skills that you have, or be able to have the confidence to believe in yourself that you even know this knowledge, guess what? The perfect resume doesn't matter, and all the degrees and certifications that you've put in your back pocket doesn't even matter. Your confidence is key to your career success. And that's where a lot of career professionals fail, and that's where I help. So in combination of your technical skills, your mindset, and your soft skills, wrap that up with accountability. What you have is professionals, career professionals, who are now making 20 to 30% more a year in a job that they love and living a life that they're happy in. right? And not working like zombies, going to the office like, oh, what do I do now? You know, there's plenty of zombies that work these corporate jobs, don't know why they're working it, aren't happy with the amount of money they earn, but they're not doing anything about it. They're not doing a single thing about it, so they live a life of misery, no plan about retirement, no plans about putting money aside, none of that. And they're living in this zombie world, right? And the purpose behind this group is to get you, if you want that change for yourself, to get you out of that zombie world. And it's a lifestyle change. It's a mindset change that we all have to work on. So what I'm going to do in this training is to give you the training aspect of it, and then we're going to have a Q&A session. Who's excited to ask me some questions? So if you're here live and you have some questions, go ahead and ask, please. So then what I'll do is I'll make sure that I answer all of your questions, or as that session happens, then I can look at it as well. So what is the problem, right? What is the problem with being a career professional and not knowing what your worth is? I'll tell you what happens. The first initial issue that I see with individuals who don't understand their worth in the job market is that they haven't done an assessment of who they are and the skills that they're looking to sell in the job market. Number one problem. So where do you begin? Where do you begin and what do you do? The first thing you have to do is pull up a copy of your resume. If you have a resume that's fully intact, which means it has all of the details, your education, your experience, you need to print out a copy of that. And you need to sit with your resume and you need to say, how much is my 5, 8, 10, 12 years of experience worth in the job market? How do we know that? You come up with who you are, what's your niche, what is it that you provided to organizations in the past 12 to 13 years. Can you put a title to that? Whether that's a project coordinator, whether that's a project manager. Do you right now know what your industry title is? Forget about what the jobs or the titles or jobs are giving. Do you right now know what your industry title is? Put a comment right now. Say yes or no. Do you know what your industry title is? For me, in my previous life, I was a health IT consultant. That was my selling point. What is your selling point? That's where you need to begin. Identify your industry title, not the titles that companies give you. And that's a dollar amount, right? What is the industry currently paying for a health IT consultant with 3 to 4 years of experience? You go to salary.com and you determine that. The second thing you have to do is evaluate your education. Whether you have a high school degree, an associate's degree, a college degree, and a bunch of certifications, all of the certifications are worth a little bit of money. So it's really this assessment, this accountability of just adding accounting, of all of your assets. How much is my PMP certification worth in the market? How much is my Lean Six Sigma certification worth in the market? You have to determine that. And each of them has a dollar amount. Now we're going to get into your experience, right? The jobs that you've worked in. Who here has worked in a job where the title was something really weird? I come across so many resumes where the titles are these weird titles. Some are just consultant ones, some are just associates, and then they plug in like all of this experience, but that experience matches project coordinator. Such weird titles where you don't really know how to navigate, right, the title or into the organization. So here's a trick. You look at the experience. So if you were more of a technical person, maybe you did help desk in that experience, retitle yourself as help desk, right? Retitle yourself. If you did project management work, retitle yourself as a project coordinator, as a project analyst. If you did program management work, retitle yourself. You don't need to stick to the title that the company has given you, unless if you're filling out an application, then yes, Stick to the title that the organization has given you, because for background checks, that's what they look for. And now, the other thing you're going to do is you're going to put a dollar amount. So if you've been at an organization in a job for 1 to 2 years, and you haven't managed anyone, then you're going to go ahead and keep the salary amount as your value for that job. Now, if within that role you were promoted or you were given additional responsibilities in addition to the work that you were hired for, now that is more money. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your current salary, multiply it by 10%, and that difference is what you're going to add on top of your current salary that you make at this position. Are you guys getting me? Is this getting confused? Let me know. Do you understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, for every extra responsibility in your current job that you're doing, you can give yourself a raise, so in the next position you can ask for 20 to 30% more. Okay? And so you're going to do that for every single experience. And here's the thing, career professionals. When you're hired for a job, you're hired based on a set of those bullets. Do you guys remember those bullets when you go on Indeed, Monster.com, or any of those job sites? What do you read? The job description. What are you hired for? That job description. So any work that you've done outside of that job description, that's money. How many of you currently, put in the chat box right now, are doing more than the job description you were hired for? Put in the chat box right now. Say, I'm doing more than my job description. Is that true? If you're saying yes to yourself, that means you can go ahead and add somewhere between 5 to 10% more to your salary, so you can say, so when you go to the next position, you can say, I want to earn 120, I want to earn 140. I'm going to get to the Q&A session, so if you have questions about that section, let me know, right? And so part of it now is you've put a value in terms of the industry title you hold, you've put a value in terms of the education that you have, you put a value for the experiences, your job experience, not only the description, but anything added to that. So already, what are you doing? You're calculating your worth. I'm teaching you how to calculate your worth. But now here's another aspect of it, right? Where I've told all of you in terms of, well, how much money do you ask for if you're a W-2, a 1099, or a Corp to Corp, right? Those are different categorizations of employment that you can get hired for. Now, I'm not a financial analyst, nor am I going to give you any tax advice. But one of the things that I'm going to tell you right now, that for each of those categories, W-2, which is a full-time employee, we know that you get hired as a, all of your taxes are paid for, 401k, vacation, short-term disability, all of that is added inside of your W-2. So if they give you a salary, you know what your paycheck's going to be when you get home, and etc. So you have to do that same calculation in terms of how much money to ask for as a 1099, which is a contracting position, where not all of your you may not include short-term disability, it may not include 401k, it may not include PTO. So that's where you have to calculate what that amount is going to be and make sure that you ask for the right amount of money, and that when you do get that paycheck, that you're able to that you truly understand how much money an hour you need to ask for. And so then when it comes to Corp to Corp, you also, a Corp to Corp is a corporation to a corporation relationship, or a business to a business relationship. Now, again, you need to work with a tax accountant, you need to work with someone who understands finances, so that you can really determine how much money should I be asking for to cover the cost of a business, the cost of you paying taxes quarterly, and so all of that. And for what I can tell you is that a W-2 compared to a 1099 and a corporation to a corporation employment category differs by a lot. So what you earn as a W-2, you need to increase it by 25% if they're hiring you as a 1099. If it's a corp to corp, again, you need to increase between your W-2 and a corp to corp somewhere between 25% to 30%, because again, you're responsible for a lot of those extra taxes and paying your PTO and the business development and marketing that you have to account for. So consider all of that before you agree to the amount of money that you potentially want to ask for. And so again, right, I'm going to recap this for you. How do you determine your worth? Again, it's a calculation of assets. Number one, understand what your industry title is. Are you in health IT? Are you a process engineer? Or in what industry? Are you a marketing expert? What field? Are you a real estate agent who works on several different types of projects? Are you a desktop help desk 3-4 tier? What is your tiers? Are you a software engineer? In what industry? Are you in software engineer and AI? Are you a software engineer for ServiceNow? Are you a software engineer? What industry are you in? Because that's going to determine your value. Then you want to add up your education. Do I have a bachelor's, a master's, a high school degree? What certifications do I hold? All of that has value to it. And then looking at your individual positions and saying, did I do work outside of my current roles and responsibilities? And so all of that is going to then determine your worth. If you're saying to yourself, my God, Rajiva, this is not something that is easy to determine and figure out, I'm right there with you. It isn't. It isn't. It truly takes for you to sit down with yourself and do this, or get the support and the coaching that you need so you can determine a dollar amount so you're not missing out on $30,000, $40,000 a year, so you can, put money aside for your retirement. You can go on those vacations, pay for your kids' colleges, be able to live a comfortable life, right? And that's the difference between making a decision and understanding what your worth is and your future. And that's what people aren't connecting. They're saying, it's okay, I'll take this less money. But guys, what are you sacrificing by taking a less amount of salary that you deserve? What are you sacrificing? And that is important, right? And the biggest problem here is that you do need to understand your worth. And if you don't, if you think that you don't deserve the amount of money, even though the evidence is there, you have to work on that. Right? There's a lot of career professionals who just don't want to admit that they deserve a lot of money. They don't want to admit the fact that the industry is going to pay them $140,000, $200,000 for the skills and the knowledge that they want to bring in. And guess what? Individuals like that are always going to be in a black hole. They're never going to come out of it. They're going to be miserable. They're going to blame their issues on the company. They're going to blame their the fact that they're not earning enough money on a spouse, on the fact that they're not working from home or working from home, all these external issues that is keeping them from earning top dollar. But the problem is themselves. The problem is you not making the decision or changing your mindset to come out of that black hole and finally say, you know what, I'm sick and tired of where I am, and I'm sick and tired of people taking advantage of me. But what are you going to do about it, right? We know what our problems are, and those are our circumstances, whatever they may be, or whatever our problems are, they're valid, but it's not going to change your circumstance, people. It won't. The only time your circumstance is going to change is if you take your current excuses and you say to yourself, I'm ready to make a change. I'm ready. I know I have these excuses, but I know I want growth, and here's what I'm going to do, even though I have those excuses, right? And that's when growth comes about. My client who have seen growth and have gotten the 20 to 30%, it's because they realized it was time for a change, and it's because they realized, hey, you know what? I'm done with someone taking advantage of me. And so that's a decision you're going to have to make to shift your belief from this victimizing, this playing this victim role your entire life, to, you know what, I'm going to be on top of the game. You have to make that decision for yourself. And if you're sick and tired of your current situation, put a yes. Or put, I'm tired of where I am and I really need to make a change, right? Are you there? Are you there, or will you continue to stay where you are? Put a comment. Now what I want to do is I want to move into Q&A. Let me go ahead and get some of your questions. What questions do you have in terms of determining your value? What about, are you interviewing currently for a position that you're wondering how much you should ask for? So I'm going to go ahead and monitor the comment section right here and see what everyone has to say. John says I'm on. Hey, John, what questions can I help answer for you? Who else is on? I see John's on. I see 3 more people right here live. Put in the comment section who's on, so I know that you're still here so I can help answer your questions. Who's on here? What questions can I help answer for you? There might be a little delay in, there might be a little bit of a delay in me receiving the comments. So what questions, right? A lot of times it's really understanding, again, what your value is. And determining that value is going to require an internal assessment. So I see, based on this poll right here, 20% are saying that they are happy with their salary. That is amazing. 40% are saying they're not happy with it, and 40% have under-negotiated themselves. So since we know what this poll is saying right now, what are you going to do now for your future career, so that you don't sell yourself short and that you don't under-negotiate yourself? So I don't see that there are any questions. Guys, listen, I'm here to help. I'm here to bring you true and authentic information that's going to help you grow in your career. If you're really trying to turn things around for yourself, schedule a time for us to have a free 15-minute quick chat. I'm willing to talk to anyone who at least wants to change their lives. And again, I look for people who we can mutually work together. There are no obligations when you schedule a 15-minute conversation with me. It's really, and if anything, you'll probably walk away with so many pointers and with so many tips about your career that you may feel enlightened and have clarity on your next steps. That's what the 15-minute quick chat sessions are for, to give you clarity. And if at that time you decide that maybe you want a career coach who's going to help you be on top of your game, earn 30% more a year, and really know that you're making an impact in your career and you're not walking around like a zombie, then we can talk about that. But at least what you'll walk away with in those 15-minute quick chat sessions is that you'll have some kind of career clarity. I'll go ahead and put my link right here under this training video. Feel free to use it. Book a time. I'm actually booked all of this week. So maybe I'll have some availability for next week, but spots are getting filled up really quickly. The program is doing so well. The system works, and one thing I tell people, I'm like, you are going to see a change, and that change is going to be within 2 months. I guarantee it, because you have an expert who understands the how to navigate this entire system. I've been successful in it. I failed, found my success really quickly. There is a quicker path to success, and I want to help you get there so you're not struggling. Take care, guys. Let me know what you thought about this video. Let me know if you have any questions, and if you're watching it on replay, let me know that as well. Take care. Bye.